My name is Muammer Yilmaz, and with my friends and now my brother Milan Bihlmann, we travel the world in 80 days without any money, and our name is Optimistic Traveler.
कुनै पनि यात्रा गर्नु पूर्व हामी सामान्य मानिस त्यस यात्रामा लाग्ने खर्चको बारेमा सोच्दछौँ। तर मिलान र मोहम्मद दुईजना यस्तो यात्रीहरू हुनुहुन्छ जसले विश्वका 19 देशहरू घुम्नुभयो आफूसँग एक पैसा पनि नलिकन। 80 दिन लगाएर पुरा गर्नुभएको यो यात्राको बारेमा हामीले उहाँहरूसँग एउटा छोटो कुराकानी गरेका थियौँ। आउनुहोस् त्यही कुराकानीको केही अंश यहाँ तपाईहरुमाझ प्रस्तुत गर्दछौँ।
We want to travel the world because we met other people who travel the world, and we travel a lot before in our way, and we decided to travel the world together, and the mission was to show there are good people everywhere in the world, and that's why we choose the 80 days without money.
You know, we came to Nepal, one of the reasons was because Muammer and I, we did a yoga teacher training in India for 21 days, 200 hours in the Art of Living ashram, and one of the participants, Roshni, said, come to Nepal. Or Muammer met her and said, okay, we come to Nepal, and now we're here, and very happy to be in the Nepalese community. The people are very smiling and happy.
And of course it's not easy. Every day is complicated, it's difficult because you don't have money, you need to find food, you need to find drink, you need to find car or transportation, and someone who open his home to sleep. And every day it's something little difficult, but day after day we was more confident, and we understand that the world is more good that we thinking in the beginning. And we finally make it in 80 days. We start in Paris, we cross all Europe, Iran, Pakistan, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. We flew ocean from New York to San Francisco to New York, and finally we arrived in Morocco, Spain, and Paris again.
So how many countries did you make in those 80 days?
Finally, was in 80 days we traveled 19 countries, 4 continents, and 47,000 kilometers experience, and thousands of people we met on the road who offer all the time, offer every day, and it's not always easy to receive. And finally we accepted, and that's opened our hearts. Because imagine 80 days, every day, many times the people offer you. You receive so much, your heart open, that after the world trip we think, wow, if we give back all our life, we will not give enough, because thanks to all these people who help us, little help makes a world trip an amazing adventure.
How easy is it to get people's trust?
Yeah. So how to travel the world without money, and how to make people trust you. Yeah. So on the world trip we need to find food, accommodation, transportation every single day. So everything starts with an encounter from me or Muammer with someone. So when we meet people, what we have to say and think is, be positive. We have to be the one who smiles first. We have to be the one who trusts the other person first. We have to cultivate an inner feeling of trust and happiness. So every time we see someone, it's like, hey, you're my friend. We think you're already my friend. Trust first. And then when people, they don't trust you immediately, you talk more. You talk about your mission, you talk about what you do. And what also helps to gain the trust is to be clean, presentable. Don't be dirty, be presentable, be polite. Yeah? And all of this helps you a lot with the trust.
So how do you choose people?
Common sense. How do we choose people on the world trip? How do we know who to talk to? Is by common sense. We just look at all the people and then we go.
Not random.
Yeah, pretty random, but it's common sense also. We have the feeling When you travel the world for many years and you used to talk to strangers, you know, you see it in the eyes of people also. The friendliness, the kindness, it's a lot in the eyes.
You have stayed in houses also, right?
So mainly when we travel the world without money, we stay with people. Yeah, we stay with people. We ask people, can we stay at your place? So they invite us. So on the world tour, we stayed in families. We stayed with friends, you know, from the families. Sometimes the people invited us to a hotel. But the most beautiful experience is always when you host it in families. Because the families, then you have a tea with them, you have the local food, and you have time to exchange.
Do you encourage people to travel like what you are doing?
So we encourage people to travel as light as possible, leave as much as you can at home, take a small backpack, at least carry on. That's a big encouragement. We want to encourage people to reduce the amount of waste they produce in their journeys as much as possible. Refuse the plastic bottle, the plastic bags, you know, as much as possible. Try to take local buses instead of flying. Yeah. Favor restaurants that don't give plastic foods. Go to restaurants that don't give like plastic straws and all of this. You know, be aware where you eat and what you consume.
Reusable things, right?
Reusable things, yeah. And then to travel with low budget. Yeah, travel with low budget, because the lower budget you have, the more local most of the time you travel.
Everything can happen everywhere. Don't be scared, go, travel, and let's go. Let's see.